Pizza in the morning, pizza in the evening, pizza at supper time. When pizza's on a bagel, you can eat pizza anytime. I figured that maybe that commercial, that should take us way back, hit all the nostalgia points, would be better and less risky. Because last time I played copyright free music, I got hit with a copyright strike, and I thought that goes against the whole idea of it. So I don't trust anything. YouTube streets, government, media, don't trust it. Check. So let's see. It's another progressive patriot. What's going on? What's he gonna do? I got some clips. I got some things that I'm going to bring to people's attention. Some things that I think are fascinating. Some things that I think would be somewhat illuminating. Like, you'll look at what I saw today and be like, holy crap, this is really happening in my own backyard. And, I think some of us have grown to expect certain behaviors from, say, Canada, right? With Trudeau and company. And let me just do a little double check, by the way, because you know me and my lovely tech difficulties. All right, in all my glory, there's that voice. So, where to start? First, I want to start with somebody very special to all of us. If you're new, good evening to you, dear White Dragon. By the by, I'm uncertain if you ever said, yeah, you're down if you wanted to one day at your own leisure hop on a panel with no face, obscured voice. Let me know, and if not, that's okay too. I'm just, more than happy to have you. You're you're one of the key supporters. All right, so moving on. It's not all about you, White Dragon. By God, I want to start it with this, so we have a good idea where we at. Okay, let her speak it. Weekend evenings, no kidding. Okay, so not this week. Next week, I have a weekend off. So I will try to, we're going to have to do this phone number thing again, which has gotten me in trouble in the past, but I know you've emailed me in the past. If that's the case, I will respond with the phone number because that's the best way to organize this. And I'm getting a little better about responding to people recently. So I don't know if you guys recognize this adorable face. Adorable. I just wanted to start everything with this kind of energy. If only I could retain the energy and switch it off like a light switch. I think I'd master like the art of living if I could just snap and go seemingly wild, buck crazy, and then from that moment, be it a millisecond, just be like, yes, hello, and would that be for two today? Would you like some fries? Behold this very special clip. I will continue to showcase clips like this. Well, for no other reason than, what is it Dr. YouTube said? There was a certain syndrome. Put yourself out there. This is what you're putting out there. It's never going to be a comfortable, good look. I really hope, just like it was done to me in the past, that you look at this and realize this is not what you want to be known for. Okay, so without trying to sound altruistic, check this out for just a smidgen. I don't know how it goes so quickly. It's nothing short of amazing. Hold on. I realized that Instagram is just a little bit different. Oh, okay. Nope. We're good. Let's get this ready. It might track twice, loop twice. This is how we're gonna start officially.
Off my channel, you can't quit commenting.
Sorry. So wait.
Hi, good afternoon. How are you? May I speak with whomever is Juan's supervisor?
One more time, please.
Get off my channel, you can't quit commenting. Hi, good afternoon. How are you? May I speak with whomever is Juan's supervisor?
That's magical. You know what? You can keep that lesson, that however you manifest that. It's impressive. Not sure I need to match that. I've been diagnosed with bipolar. Whatever that is maybe a few tiers above mine. I'm not judging. I'm simply stating. Let's see. I think we have one more. For those of you in the back, let's get this ready this time. Okay.
Worker fuck. Get the fuck off my channel. Sorry, guys. It's just this fucking stalker. Are you fucking kidding me? You show up at my house with fucking snap your neck, bitch.
I love it.
Yo, that was just so disturbing to see that fucking Karen on my channel again. And I'm not with a C. That's disturbing enough. And I've asked them, I've blocked them, I've done them. They changed their channel name. It is so fucking disturbing. Oh my God. Why the fuck do you keep posting, you fucking cunt? Karen Social Workers Unite 2024. I didn't mean help you physically move. I meant get you help for your trauma. Get the fuck off my channel. You are my trauma, you fucking cunt.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
No, I am sorry, but this fucking stalker. Do y'all see this person? Does anyone know who this person is? Does anyone know who in real life this person is? Social worker fuck.
Okay.
Get the fuck off my channel.
Well, on a legit, like, real note, in response to seeing something like that, this is clearly not healthy. Like, if anybody's gotten you to that level, I think it's time that you really reassess, reevaluate what the goal is, and I guess that's as much as I want to share and show. I don't want to make you into a punching bag. I think I don't know everything that's going on. I know enough, and I'd say enough is enough. But hey, that's just me. So aside from that, here's what I've done with some of my time when I was on break and in my car. I decided to look into, well, a couple things. Now I know there's some interest in this stuff, and then there's another thing that's unrelated, but it's kind of like cold case, criminal case material, which is not usually my forte. It's not my comfort zone. Barb, oh my God, Barb, all right, Barb, or is it one of those like an excitable Barb, Barb, I don't want to say Barbie. Just going with Barb. It is good to see you. Sounds like I have something like special wrong with my brain when I say it, but I dig it. Good to have you. By the way, welcome. And you know what? If you're lurking, feel free to lurk more. And if you're feeling like you want to just kick your feet up and join in, by all means. Otherwise, live your best. All right, so I'm going to go out on a limb here because I do have these two juxtaposed things here where I found some crazy footage that was done recently about Chop. Like, has America forgotten about Chop or Chaz Zones? It's Bab A. Canadian. You're Canadian. I would love to ask you. You know what? Okay, I'm sorry to focus right on one person right now, but Barb, I have a specific question for you. Hope you don't mind. Here's the question as follows. I know there might be a lag. Do you have any opinion? First off, are you a Tom McDonald fan? I'm going to let that go ahead. Secondly, it appears that Upchurch, man, I've brought his name up more than I'd ever like to in the past 2 days, but it seems like he's been slandering Canadians, and he's done it a few times, even before the diss track stuff. Do you have any opinion? Were you a fan? Are you a fan? And has his words about Canadians affected you in terms of how you view him? Then again, I'm not certain if you are a big fan of his or not. Feel free to take your own time to answer that question. That's just a morbid curiosity of mine, and I'll read it, whenever the time is allotted. So I have decided to go with this kind of disturbing case. This is unconnected to the later footage. I'm gonna. Wait. Let me cover my sources real quick. Oh, okay, they are covered. Let me open this up. And man arrested. This happened in Pennsylvania. I've been telling some people in the break room that I really think it through before I bring it up.
Overnight. That's right.
This is grotesque. Let me just say, just for the record, so it's been said, trigger warning. All right, it is it's not self-unaliving or anything like that. It's brutality. And I don't know, I haven't looked into how the media is swinging it or trying to say what I don't know to what effect they're taking control of any narrative, or if they've done so. This seems like something they would normally run with. I hope that there's proper due diligence done in researching just how mentally ill this individual is. Stop me if you've heard of this. All right, and usually, what do we see? Right, there's been no shortage in the past of Antifa BLM supporter did this, that, or the other. Well, this time it's somebody that's absolutely hardcore anti-Trump. I mean, this person's mentally ill through and through to no end. All right, this person needed some help. I think that was absolutely beyond anyone. I'll be honest. To have gone as far as he did, I don't know that there's any cure or treatment for this. So I'm going to read some of this information and then share the clip. Don't worry, not the clip, but a clip about this. Here, it is safe to share some of this with y'all. Barb, you still there? Okay, all right. Here we go. Boom. Here's this crazy little article. All right, no, that's not it. This is. All right, Pennsylvania man arrested after allegedly offing his, I don't even want to say that, man, because it disturbs me, his pops, and displaying his dome that's not connected over here on YouTube. All right, now this adds layers of being disturbed to me because I already have a huge concern about how social media is impacting people's minds, how young, impressionable people are being influenced by influencers, what they're being influenced to do, what they think is appropriate, the little menace to societies they become, and then the fringe element when they get a hold of social media and they have something they believe to be so important, a message, and they finally get their moment. This is what happens, and this is horrifying. Let's see the young ladies do their thing.
More about a disturbing story out of Pennsylvania that unfolded overnight.
That's right. A 32-year-old man is now facing murder charges for allegedly killing his father and posting the aftermath of his gruesome crime on YouTube. NBC News investigative correspondent Tom Winter joins us now. Tom, what happened here and what are the charges?
Right. So, Morgan, it was a little after 7 p.m. last night when Michael Moan's wife came home to find him deceased. And it was shortly after that or around that time the police began to discover a YouTube video from their son, who's Justin Moan, is the individual who has been charged here. He's been charged with first-degree murder. He's received no bail. He's being held and he's in custody with police, as well as mutilation of a corpse. And that's tied to the very way that the YouTube video begins, which he says, "This is the head of Mike Moan, a federal employee over 20 years, and my father. He is now in hell for eternity as a traitor to his country." And from there, he goes on a 14-minute, 34-second rant against the government, against the Biden administration, and he called for the death of all federal employees. And he also put out information in the address of a judge who had ruled against him in a civil suit. So it goes from there. We're leaving out, obviously, a fair amount of the details, not to propagate what this individual was saying.
That makes sense. Here's the thing. It took YouTube hours to take down this video. What is the company saying?
I heard.
Yeah, so they put out a statement, and I think more questions need to be asked about this, but they did say that it violated their community standards, which is probably a gross understatement as far as its violence policy and putting out information about violent extremism. Sometimes they catch it quickly. Sometimes law enforcement gives them a heads up and says, "Hey, there's a manifesto out there."
I can't pause it. I couldn't pause the video. Base girl, C fouls. Welcome, guys. Can I unpause the video?
But he is actually live streaming a crime, and that forces them to take it down. So I don't know what the chain of events were here. Clearly, law enforcement knew about the video. They were reviewing it. They were reviewing it last night when I talked to some of the detectives that were involved in this specific investigation at the local police department there in Middletown Township. So that chain of events is something that probably needs to be looked at. They do say they are trying to stamp out any sort of copies of this from being further distributed on their platform.
That's important. Yeah. NBC News investigative correspondent Tom Winter. Tom, thank you very much.
All right. So do the math, guys. Honestly, that horrific.
We're also following breaking.
Sorry, disturbs me to the core because obviously my father is my hero. He is a literal Superman. He has saved my life countless times. I love him more than my own life and beyond. So just to think that someone, and I think this individual was like 32, and the speculation was that the father was like 68, is just man, like it makes me, I got no special words here, incredibly sad, and it is highly disturbing. That man had his kins, what is that, fratricide? What's the term? Had his old man's head like in a plastic bag in the background while he was just talking about how his father was a traitor because he worked for the federal government. And I'm not going to be alarmist because that's never my style, right? I'm not the guy that's going to be the end is nigh and saying, oh, the sky is falling. That's just something that's scary. And as I mentioned, we have a lot of different levels of seeing the disturbing area of humanity via social media, YouTube, and stuff like this. There's no shortage of examples. Trust me. I've seen more than my share. One comes to mind right now. Do I even share it out? Yeah, no. It doesn't need to be shared. There's awful stuff. Here's this little this is the son of a bitch right here. Here's his face. This loser. And this is an actual piece of the video. What horrifies me is this thing is going to go all over the place. Probably be popping up on 4chan. What do they got in here? He represented himself in the lawsuits. Hold on, wait. Okay, 'cause I'm wondering if what a line I just read has anything to do with the doxing he did of this judge. Yes, he was kicked out of an open facility. Okay, dude's got a history. All right, let's see if what I expect the media to do is always make it about the political affiliation and ideology of the crazy man while downplaying the actual insane crazy that's there. Oh, that's not easy to segue from. I have a little bit here, some amazing footage when the live is officially done. I'm going to add the name of this guy. He's done amazing work. The channel creator name, Tyler Oliveira. He does some real boots on the ground reporting. I got this, and then he did this. He went into, no, this was only 1 month ago. He went to the place in, I want to say, Seattle, where there is no police. The mayor sanctioned off 5 blocks, and it's literally it's pure chaos. I'm certain that there'll be some more intellectual anarchists that don't like my thumbnail or whatever the case, but these two things, I want to showcase them right next to each other. Don't worry, not entire clips are going to be played, but I want you guys to see this and just some of the shock. Like, yep, that's happening right here in our own backyard, in our country. What do you think? Please feel free, by the way, let it never be said that I do not try to get engagement, whether it be now live if you feel so bold or comfortable, or replay crew after the live comments. That's my life's blood. I love this stuff. Here we go. This is a little bit of Canada, where Trudeau and company right now, their crime is skyrocketing way up high, 130%. Vehicular, no, not vehicular. Basically, auto theft, Grand Theft Auto is up at an all-time high. It's out of control. I'd imagine that something like this has something to do with it. So let's let the tail of the tape do its thing. Vancouver, Canada, all drugs are legal.
Vancouver, Canada, a city that made every drug legal. Drug addiction, overdoses, homelessness, and crime.
Damn. Driving.
I have to add, there was once upon a time, briefly, when I was a Bernie Sanders hardcore advocate, I did believe that testing this in a way more regulated capacity would have been a possibility to study. This is just everything gone totally wrong. Nothing more.
All drugs are good and balanced. God made all drugs.
A few side effects of decriminalizing every drug since January 2023. The city's goal was to make using drugs safer by making them legal, but many Canadians think it's done the exact opposite. So I went to downtown Vancouver with my friend Kevin, social worker and drug addiction specialist, to see the impact decriminalizing drugs has had on the city. More smoking fentanyl, smoking crack out here.
Yeah, it's
Just straight fentanyl, straight meth, straight crack.
It's definitely the most concentrated group of people of any city you and I have ever visited. Yeah, we've only done one block. We've been out here for 5 minutes. It's just complete chaos. There's offices right here. Can you imagine working here full time?
Considering the
I forget, and feel free not to answer if you're not comfortable, White Dragon. Are you in Canada? You don't have to answer. I just have a feeling somebody in here is.
new laws here, I wanted to hear what kind of drugs the people here were using and how easy it was to get their hands on them. Are you on trank right now? Is that why you're nodding out?
I don't know. I might be. More drugs, better.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Hey, YouTube, see all this stuff applies here. Fair use as well. Educational purposes. There's nothing glorious about this. I wanted to show. Oh, this just in, massively important. I saw this. Damn it, where is it, Seafouls? That had to be said, and I respect it. Very well. Now, did you see that guy that was hunched over? Okay, imagine this. That the nodding is so bad and widespread that entire, like, do I say, yeah, an entire population is now walking around like they have no spine. They all have literally become hunchback of Notre Dames because all they nod all damn day, all damn night. So it's not just for the old folks anymore. Now the whole family can have fun and walk around like this. And I thought my YouTubing posture was bad.
How easy would it be for us to get like fentanyl right now?
Yeah, but keep walking by.
Next person?
Yeah.
How long have you been out here, sir?
I've been here about 4 years.
4 years? What was that?
All of the above. All drugs are good and balanced.
All the above. Okay.
God made all.
All drugs are good and balanced. Oh, good. God made all drugs, as he's on like 4 synthetic ones. Let me add, what was it? Accidental meth inhale about 5 seconds out, and
All drugs.
How many people do you think are just on this street right here?
Roughly between 100 people.
100 people? Well, I appreciate you guys' time. I'm going to move out of the way just a little bit. Hey, you think I inhaled meth just now?
That's what it smelled like.
I low-key think I inhaled some. Did I do meth just now?
Well,
I'm feeling a little lightheaded. I'm holding on to you for a reason. In hopes of escaping the fumes of meth I just inhaled, I walked into a nearby convenience store and noticed it was filled with pipes, bongs, torches, and every other tool a drug addict might need to fuel their drug addiction. Look at this all right here.
Oh, you're not allowed to take pictures.
Okay, real quick.
You're not allowed to take pictures.
the normal operating businesses, privately owned, of course, they're still doing their thing. I'm going to skip a portion of this because I think it's ridiculous at what the owner gets mad at, but hey, why not? It's for the lulz.
All right, my bad. You have a convenience store selling torches and bongs right outside of all this. What are you using out here today, Michael?
It's cocaine.
How easy is it to get cocaine out here?
Pretty difficult because most of it is just crap. Now you got all this trank, you got benzo, you got fentanyl, you got heroin. You don't know what's in your dope.
Are you concerned when you use cocaine that fentanyl might be in there?
A little bit, I
Yeah.
guess, to be honest.
And mid-interview, the angry convenience store owner pulled up on his scooter.
you have any authority?
I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
Huh?
We're talking to him.
Why did you took the picture?
Oh, we thought it was interesting, yeah. Why are you selling torches?
I didn't pay for the taxi.
Okay, then what's the problem?
I'm not saying the cash.
Yeah, we deleted everything. Just go walk away. We're
Do you
done.
have any authority?
So in a nutshell, this very stupid conflict is, as the owner of the business, just not enjoying that he got caught stealing torches and pipes to users. Dude, you are operating a business inside of a zone where all drugs are legal. Okay, like, so just the fact that you're embarrassed or feel ashamed, I think speaks far more on your own conscience than anything else. What a silly thing to rush up on somebody and get upset about. All right, let's jump up a bit, huh?
Do you think it's worked?
No.
Oh, this guy was once for, the legalization of everything, thinking it would act like other countries did. There's just a fundamental piece that Canada missed out on, which is how they handled the bigger problem at hand with actual treatment, not just, okay, party time.
They went the wrong way.
Yeah, I'm all for legalization. There's a lot of people out there that the college is cutting their meds off and they need.
Barb, that's insane, and I hope you and your family are always safe, and just from what I understand and learned about this entire area, this was like 3 months ago. So I'm going to assume, based on your comment, that it's still that bad. I hope with the individual that's running against Trudeau, I did watch some very interesting back and forth debating. Your government functions very, very strange, like this over formality. I mean, we got it over here, but you guys just have your own style, and it's just alien to me. But yeah, this is wild, and I hope that your country comes to its senses. We clearly have our own issues, but it's at least regulated to like just 5 blocks.
They need their medication.
Interesting. Okay.
I'm a patient myself.
Yeah.
And the college has cut me right down to just about nothing, and I need to buy the street drugs to get by. I would buy it from them. I prefer to have a safe drug supply. So
Do you think a lot of it's laced with fentanyl out here? Anything you buy on the streets?
everything's laced with fentanyl down here. They want you get you addicted. So
Do you use yourself?
Yeah, I use, and I know a lot of people use.
Yeah.
It's not really that dangerous if you're a user.
You don't think decriminalization helps drug users overdose more often or anything like that?
I wouldn't think so. No,
See people die out here?
I have, yes.
Yeah. Pretty common?
This is pretty common.
Proper harm reduction has been shown in European places, Switzerland.
The whole argument is that they have institutions to rehabilitate these users and not just facilitate the drug use, right?
Too. That's one thing we've totally to disregard.
the fentanyl, you get addicted to it, and getting off it's hard.
In addition to the decriminalization of drugs, Vancouver has also implemented what's known as a safe injection site, a safe, clean, and supervised place for users to inject while decreasing needle sharing, syringe reuse, overdose death, and in the hopes of eventually referring these people to social
All those pictures, ODs.
services and addiction counseling. Little did I know, Kevin snuck into one last night, and here's how it looked.
Amen, Barb. I'm actually quite refreshed to see that you feel that that vindication. I hope whatever your part is that you're trying, because a lot of work needs to be done there, and I think Canada and the States need to realize how damn similar we are, because of the working class is suffering under the same kind of institutionalized corruption.
What we do, smoke show time, baby.
I got a wild one real quick before I jump to the chop zone in Seattle. Let's see if this is what I think it is.
We're guarded by a drug dealer. You go through here or no? Yeah?
Yeah, they should worry about me.
Anything, bro?
Oh, we're good. My surprise, we had just been offered drugs on camera. Okay, we definitely just walked through some active drug deals. As we walked away, we started getting dirty looks from those two dealers, but it was clear we could buy drugs on any corner of any block out here in East Hastings. So we're definitely being followed right now. This guy's wrapped in a trash can right here. I mean, this scene is...
I mean, you can't. How do you breathe? How do we even know he's alive?
Yeah, do you want to check in on him? You might need...
This stuff is scary. This stuff is scary, and what's insane to me is how much more it's turned up in the US of A. Like when I show you,
some Narcan or something.
Almost there.
I mean,
I was worried about you. You're in a trash bag. Okay, just checking on you, brother. You doing okay? All right, you take care, brother.
So this guy's, his back's messed up, as you can see from not.
Here's what I'm talking about. There's a bunch of people that walk like that because of how often they nod. He's not nodding right now. That's just how he walks now.
Out. This is definitely worse than Kensington by far. Definitely see a few cops rolling around here, but there are ambulances pulling out all day long. Oh, this guy's picking up leaves.
Hey, sir. I noticed your pockets are full of leaves. What are you doing that for?
It's a wild one-liner.
It's money? Okay. So he sees the leaves as money.
It's probably harder to get Red Bull than it is fentanyl out here. It is no joke. The repeated use of tranq, which causes the user to nod out for long periods of time, sometimes led to spine deformities and back problems like what you're seeing here. People were nodding out everywhere. Do you use fentanyl? And the more we talk to people out here, the dirtier the looks we got. Something felt off.
There's 3 men to your left pointing at us and talking to them, and they're slowly walking over. So just be aware of that. Something's up.
So
All right, let's go.
I legitimately think they tried to take his camera.
Oh, you
because
I walked by and he said, I'll kill you.
what?
Yeah.
He's got no back look.
Sounds
I'm
good.
trying to walk down.
Yeah, everyone is eyeballing us.
We're gonna get mugged out here.
Yeah, they're looking at us right now.
Take a quick intermission back of the footage.
We got to get off of Hastings.
What I've noticed is the drug deal.
That's what it takes. Boots on the ground reporting. Now, well, Canada, there's their issues. Take a look at Seattle, USA. And I honestly couldn't tell you which is worse.
This is Seattle, Washington. Potential overdose. Anyone have Narcan? This guy's still following us, by the way.
I'm insane.
Whoa. Drug addiction. Ma'am, are you okay? Homelessness.
Just understand that you guys are just one paycheck away from being out here too.
Racism.
There's nothing wrong with being racist.
Protests. Crime.
And being trafficked against my will.
Chaos. Are you on fentanyl right now?
He's pooping.
Wait, you're taking a poop? And free fentanyl?
They're out here just giving out free fentanyl.
Really?
It's a non-profit.
This is real?
Who wants free fentanyl? Line up. This is how you clean up the streets.
3 years ago, in June of 2020, Seattle protests emerged following the death of George Floyd and denouncing racial injustice and police brutality. These protests were met with a heavy-handed police response using tear gas, glass balls, takedowns, and arrests as protests turned to riots and chaos and looting ensued. In an effort to placate protesters, the mayor surrendered 5 blocks of the Capitol Hill neighborhood, and the police.
People from 160 countries illegally cross the U.S.
No police. Just how bad could it possibly get? That's a whole lot of freedom, right?
Protesters to occupy the
You
zone.
on the police, right? It was a romantic notion at first.
Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone, Chaz, later renamed CHOP, as protesters vowed to occupy the zone until Seattle's police budget was cut in half. But after a little over 3 weeks of chaos, Chaz had 4 shootings, rape, of the camp pulled up behind us and asked us what we were up to. If there's anything the city can do to help you guys get permanent housing. Okay. Would you like us to get out of here? Is that okay?
Tell them over there, man.
Okay. Fair enough, man. We took the hint and peeled out before things got violent. Everyone here had weapons, baseball bat with nails in it.
Look, he's carrying the club.
Okay.
I think it's time to move. He might be coming in our direction.
Okay.
Hey, welcome, Silly Feathers. Just looking at some of the horrific realities that is day-to-day current in our own country. Enjoy.
Okay. At this moment, I was unsure if I was about to get killed, but it turns out he wanted to give me an early Christmas present. I can give it! He just wanted to talk. What's the biggest thing that can be done to help you personally?
Let me get one of those little tiny homes.
Are there programs, Jonathan, that he could enter right now? If he said, hey, I will be sober, please give me housing?
Detox.
But
places
detox
to go right now.
detox just sends me right back out.
I know the problem, though,
Look at
is
this.
we don't have enough people to walk with Devin through the journey.
Okay.
That's one of the challenges, is you can't just put somebody in detox and then just release them back onto the.
Oh, amen, 100%, White Dragon. I try to keep that reality to the utmost forefront here. I want to dig into that sentiment just a bit here. Okay, like we all have to just realize how bad things are. Okay, cost of living, inflation, all the money that's being spent for these proxy conflicts and wars. Like, it's tiresome. I've done every bit of research I think I possibly can as a human being that's interested in seeing a working class not even just flourish, just get by a little easier. And everywhere I look, it's just nothing that could be done right is getting done right. So as a result, here we are. We're all in the same boat of it could just be, for some, that one paycheck. That one paycheck that we're away from being right where a lot of these individuals are. So don't you dare judge and count every blessing you have. I feel absolutely terrible for the people that I see through these things, but you will also meet some that are tickled as anything else, that they have this complete freedom. They don't need to supply an ID. They don't have to ask permission to have anybody over. Like, it's the craziest things that have people justify living in complete filth and endangering absolutely everything about their own being and their family. Even you're going to see a pregnant woman that I can't even understand how she justifies what she does, but you'll see for yourself. Let's get this back proper. Thanks for bearing with me, by the way.
The streets. Devin will agree. The vast majority of people out here are here because they're lacking the community. It's the broken relation or family, the broken relationships. And that's the narrative that is not being pushed. It's not an affordable housing issue. Devin, if you were just given an apartment, would that solve all your problems?
No. What can anyone walking the streets or anyone who may see this do to help you get out of the situation?
Just understand that you guys are just one paycheck away from being out here too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is wild. I've never seen anything like this.
Welcome to Seattle. They're human beings, man. Yep. They're somebody's mother, father, daughter, son.
CFAL's like, all right, so not only with that, okay, back in my 20s, same, and still to this day, there's a lot of people in general that seem to know or they've gamed the system to some degree where they understand you get a bit of a paycheck at the end of the tunnel if you're willing to go through the bureaucracy, the red tape, you get a little payday. I'll never forget, and it's the saddest, most frustrating lesson I think I've ever learned in my life. Look, I've had 2 personal, car accidents, which me inanimate objects. One was a fender bender. That sucked, but it was a lesson learned, and my insurance took care of it, yada, yada. But there was one occasion, I believe it was the third and final, where somebody I used to work with totally sped right into me, and that put me on the path. I ended up in the hospital, and I had to get coverage. And yeah, the first thing that they do after tending to all your needs is getting you on all that junk. And then when I got when I got sick with pneumonia, which advanced into some Latin term called epaima, I could not use my lungs. I could not breathe out of them. I barely survived. Getting me, and this was pre like Sackler family going full in. That's when it all started, where the nurse would literally come and like mouth feed me all these painkillers for like 3 times a day for months and months on end, until I had to go to the streets when they just stopped showing up. So there's that.
Uncle, aunt, if we look at each person that way instead of as a criminal or a drug addict, we have a better chance to get to know their story. And
the point I was going to make, sorry, $10,000. After 2 years of doing what I was told I was supposed to, go to the chiropractor, get all the treatments, so on and so forth, do it for 1 full year. And then I got this phone call when I was working at a different job. Got this phone call through the landline of all places, and I had forgotten because it was 2 years after the accident where I had gotten a minor injury. And they're like, yeah, we got your 10 G's cash. Like, what? And I forgot. I was like, what are you talking about? Yeah, that car accident. Like, what, 2 years ago? You guys are still working on that? And yeah, like, we're just come over and collect your money. We're gonna take our $2,000 and you get the rest. I was like, holy crap. To this day, because they gave it to me, was it in check form? It went from check to money very quickly. And that was the moment that I personally felt, went through, and learned that's the easiest damn way, I'm sad to say, to make a quick, decent buck, was to get in a unfortunate accident. And I hated that. And I still hate that because it's so attractive. It's so alluring. Who wants to be the working man, the sucker, go through a day job, night job where you're taking guff from John Q. Citizen or Jane Doe day in and day out? Your sanity is fighting, for any oxygen it possibly can. You got, too many cooks in the kitchen, so many people trying to manage you and tell you how to live your life, and all you get is told how bad things are, never what good you've done. So you're telling me, instead of all that, if I stub my toe and break it because some innocent, like, dumb 16-year-old spilled some iced tea inside of a billionaire company, I can now, like, maybe get, I don't know, what, $50,000? Sign me up. It's such a sad fact to me because it is attractive. No, I'm not going to go that route, but that's a reality.
help them get off the streets.
We got a gift? Let's keep going. I'm going to put this in the trunk. After narrowly avoiding a Negan-style execution, we began to enter homeless camps right next to the highway and realized we were being followed. They're obviously...
They're following us, bro. So
Okay.
gotta move. Tyler,
Okay, all right, we got to go. All right, it says for real, we got to go. Keep in mind, they may be right behind us. There's a guy coming this way. There's another guy. Let's be aware of our surroundings. Seriously, watch out. Literally, we are at an overpass right now. This is wild.
The way these tent cities are set up, it's insane. Like it's like living in a world where you're Pac-Man, and if you don't follow the dots, you're going to meet your end. So you're going through a tent city, you go through some brush, boom, there's a 80-mile-per-hour highway just sitting there.
going to these camps, you have to have an exit strategy.
What's up, Wolverine? My brother, so great to see you, as always.
I know all the entrances and exits. That's one. We know where to go. And just know that there are moving cars right now next to us going 80 miles an hour.
As we stumbled upon a tent with a bucket full of what looked to be human feces, the stench was so bad, we began to wonder if someone had died inside.
Yeah,
See
but-
flies in it? You think someone's dead in there?
I don't know.
It might be worth a wellness check. I don't know. There could be someone dead in there.
We have found bodies in these tents before.
Is anyone in there?
Hey, guys, welfare check. Welfare check, guys. You guys okay?
Seems like no one's there. Needle caps all across the ground here. And right off the freeway. Look at this. I don't even know how they get their stuff here. How you doing, sir? Do you feel safe living right next to the freeway here?
Not really.
No?
Because at any point in time, there could be a traffic accident, car could slide up and
Sure.
take out one of the houses.
Does the city ever come here and intervene?
No. What they pretty much do is they come.
All the city does is come by and pick up trash, maybe some of the plentiful needle gardens that are there. I want to get y'all to this part right here, right quick. After this sponsored for you, paid for by somebody. All right, done deal. Mute.
Have here almost. How long did it take to build this?
It's not done yet.
You feel safe out here?
It almost feels like home, I guess.
Is fentanyl the biggest drug out here?
Biggest drug out here?
Yeah.
Probably oxygen.
Oxygen.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, somebody help me decipher. Is he talking about like legit, like, huffing it, or like air? Like the lovely free air. I couldn't get if he was sarcastic or jonesing or what, but hey, maybe he's low key brilliant.
Fair enough. Hey there. How's it going? Is it too cold for you out here?
Not in this blanket.
Okay, fair. Do you need any help?
Damn it, Seafowls, it's about time it got taken to that level, sir. Welcome aboard the Blue Name.
Help from anyone? And if so, how could someone help you?
I don't need any more help.
Okay.
I got all the things I need.
Notice what he said. He said he's choosing this.
Oh, the lifestyle.
The lifestyle.
Sure.
That is the piece that certain homeless advocates don't want out there. And what do you do about these people in society?
I don't know.
These are the people who've given up on society. They're done. They don't want to work anymore. They don't want to pay taxes. They don't want to pay their bills. You've got the activists saying, oh, if you just give everyone here housing, we can solve the crisis. Well, the problem is you've clearly encountered there are people who want to stay out here. What do you do about them?
After establishing homelessness was, in some cases, a voluntary lifestyle, Jonathan took me to an even more extreme example of this beside a railroad. Look at all this propane tank. Holy smokes.
Guys,
Whoa.
Guys, here it is.
Come over here.
We should assume everyone here has weapons. They do not want us here. And I've already established some relationships, but I don't know if my guys are still here.
So we're walking through a heap of trash, and I'm
Homeless, poor people.
They don't get attacked. This is a citizen that actually lives there that was frightened for her life. I assume it's a woman because you can kind of tell with the voice inflection, and she just pleads her case like I think any honest to goodness law-abiding citizen that wants to be law-abiding. She lives somewhere around these 5 blocks, and she's just trying to get the word out like, please help us. I wish they would be listened to more so. Oh, this guy, by the way, and I'm just kind of going through it because it's not, some of this stuff is not worth it to go all the way through. And by all means, feel free to go to the original content creator, whose link will be shared. This guy, he squats in this hotel for like 2 weeks, and he's got a bunch of skills. He's a painter. He's got a bunch of tools. He's got a little propane tank in the corner. They even ask him. Let me see if I could get to this point right quick.
okay. Cat questions. They seem kind of pointed, but I'm just curious.
My toolbox.
Yeah.
Thank you, bro. Check it out.
Yeah, bro. Don't. Oh, that's kind of badass.
I'm saying if I get cold, I open the umbrella and I scoot that right over.
Sure. If you had an address, do you think you could get a job?
I want more than that, dog. I'm trying to build like a real something that's gonna sustain my.
No, I believe.
See, and when I look at this guy, I don't see the jitters, I don't see the DTs, I don't see all the pain and the physical ailments that occur when you over abuse so many chemicals. Because, you know, we can all see he's not well. He's trying and he's surviving. Hell, I mean, that's, I think, the most a lot of us can hope for in this life, right? But despite, you know, what, let's say, an employer or manager would see before they hired him for a job, you know, I don't know that this world, this society would look past all the things that we can see plainly. He's jittery, he's wiry, he's nervous, he's probably on some amphetamine of some kind. I don't think he's going to get that chance. You know, they did not build along with this this zone anything to help better anybody's life. All they did was, here's 5 blocks of land, here's no law, go ahead and just do whatever you want with barely any consequences. It just like Canada, crime is insane, bodies don't get found. There's no actual progress, which is what the whole progressive ideology behind the things that started these insane programs was about, was progress. They forgot that part. You don't just implement something, leave it, and hope for the best. You see it through, you work with it, and you wait till you see something in motion that's inspiring, that catches on. They did it wrong here.
This is after me.
I believe in it.
And paint is what's going to do it. But, you know, this is where I'm going to make my fortune. The plan was to come and help Alex paint with terror painting.
Okay.
You know, it happened for like a month, but then someone broke into the van and stole a bunch of shit. So I got a chip on my shoulder, bro.
Brother, thank you so much for sharing.
Well, we now know you guys are at least straight.
Are you concerned about this right here, the propane tank?
Okay, saw that propane tank. Let me show you one more time, real quick, about 2 seconds back.
The plan was to come and help Alex paint with terror painting.
Okay.
What up, Maxwell? Always fantastic to see you, my brother. Always fantastic.
You know, it happened for like a month.
Hold on. I might do a stream. I'm a little reluctant. I've been enjoying Tiny Tina Wonderland a lot. But Silent Hill just gave everybody a free game. And I don't know if any of you like The Last of Us 2. Of course, I got that remaster. Y'all can let me know if you're down with the video game stuff. Oh, and that Rick and Morty game, Justin Roiland's game. What is it? What is it? High with Us? I forget. Make recommendations. This channel is all about engagement and response. So yeah, I don't like to use that term. I'm the captain of the ship. No, you're the captain. Okay, and this thing goes where you say, unless I have an idea that I'm going to run with, because I'll always run with that, and no one could stop me.
But then someone broke into the van and stole a bunch of shit. So I got a chip on my shoulder, bro.
Brother, thank you so much for sharing.
Well, we now know you guys are at least straight.
Are you concerned about this
All right, take a good look at that, and wait for it.
right here, the propane tank? No?
No, man. I done firefighter training. Like,
Really?
Firefighter training.
I got a lot of skills, right?
Sadly, only 11 days later, the motel burned down. One can
11 days later.
only wonder how it happened and what happened to these guys we met. We got back in the car and headed back to Capitol Hill, but Jonathan gave me a warning of what we needed to be prepared for.
I've been dealing with so much hate from just the activist class.
I don't know if you're not familiar, allow me to introduce. This is Jonathan Cho, which ironically, he has been attacked by only the leftists, the extreme liberal radicals. I still want to believe that there isn't radical Democrats out there. And I still want to believe that the DNC shills that we see on TV aren't just the soulless pandering machines that they are. But hey, this man gets attacked, but So do other people because he's Asian. So the very party that claims, oh, we're all inclusive, never discriminate, and don't do anything based on race, that's bad. So many Asian people have been attacked because they think it's Jonathan Cho. Can we not all just kind of sad laugh at that? Literal, that's a fact. Look it up. You'll see it.
That's the far left in this city. I mean, I've been doxxed.
Hey, LNC. Good to see you, sweetheart. LNC Pickle. Well, the world has just changed. I was not ready. Oh my god. The sky is upside down. It's the Twilight Zone. LNC Pickle. Jesus.
I just kind of recorded some phone calls I received. I just thought it was kind of hilarious. You know, here's what some of the folks said to me. That was really
Well done, Ellen. I think you'll appreciate my opening to this very live. I took some inspiration from Bon Bon because I found it on, in the magical places.
You watch your back while you're out there doxing everybody. Sounds like a threat. Absolutely. Comes back on.
Basically, it sounds like a bunch of bonbons are found Jonathan Cho's phone number. So we're going to listen to some messages from Bon Bon.
You're a transphobic piece of shit. You Jonathan Cho, you disgusting human being. You should be ashamed of yourself.
You're mentally ill. Total whack jobs.
Hi, Jonathan.
This guy's a soy boy. I mean, listen. I got fired.
That's a new one. Bon Bon's a soy boy? 2024.
Because I covered a Proud Boys rally, and I was accused of promoting this group when that wasn't the case. And afterwards, people just started harassing me and doxing me. They all know who I am. They don't want me near any of their initiatives or projects, and they come after me.
You have no life because you got fired from Cairo.
Man decided to do boots on the ground reporter, like a reporter, a real reporter. Okay, so I think it's hilarious that anybody would try to slander him based on his passion to do the job he does. Oh, and I've got some comments about you guys see the heavy heat the mainstream is going after Tucker Carlson regarding him wanting to have or did he already have the interview with Putin? I can't believe. Okay, since when is it a bad look for a journalist to want to interview a world power that's in the midst of conflict? Nothing, in my honest opinion, dialogue is where something can start. Something positive. Sure, without risk, there's no reward. I don't know why anybody thinks this is a huge risk. I doubt Tucker Carlson is going to do something so terrible or offensive that WW3 is around the corner. Hell no, man. But we could get some answers and dialogue. And I understand, apparently, allegedly, if I recall correctly, Trump is also there. Like, now they're connecting dots. Why is a reporter being attacked for being a reporter? It's being demonized. If Big Papa, okay, if the mainstream media tells you, or I should say Big Brother tells you, everything this man does is bad and evil, just whatever you do, don't go and look and learn for yourself. You really gonna just take it on the chin like that every single time? At some point, somebody's got to go and do and say something. So I just want to make it very clear where I stand. Tucker Carlson, I was never a huge fan, but thank you for doing your job.
Because you got fired from Cairo. Because you're a Proud Boy.
You're a liar. Get this. Oh, look, here's the hatred that the left gives a reporter who does his job. And this is Jonathan Cho. This is footage he's accumulated over his working and reporting and somehow getting by staying on one of the most dangerous grounds possible. Thank you, Jonathan Cho, for your hard work.
They can't stop me. I refuse to be bullied. And that's what these losers are.
And it finally made it to Capitol Hill. This is the LGBTQ plus capital of Seattle.
It's definitely one of them. It's a highly concentrated area for the community.
And they love you here.
Depends who you ask. Okay. The communists and the Marxists who are trying to take this over for their land, they want to put the homeless in the front lines and say, hey, you can't move us. That's harmful to the homeless.
Basically, what Jonathan is saying is that organizers of Chaz used homeless people and strategically planted
the T in the LGBTQR and LMNOP and the alphabet community and BLM are using the homeless as pawns. They're putting them at the front lines so they can reap any good and fall back if there's any bad.
To them in areas like Cal Anderson Park because, unlike a lot of protesters who might have gone home and slept in their homes at night during the protests, homeless people could be told to pull up a tent and stay there indefinitely.
You've got numerous tents that have now moved. Got it. How you doing?
I've never done a poll. I want to do a poll. See, Fowles, you're the guy for this because I have a legit question, and I'd love to see a true, like, actual engagement. Let me see. Do I have to do it through StreamYard? Because this is a good, honest-to-goodness question, unless I can just rely on my good old-fashioned voice here. And the question is this. Regardless of how you feel matters very much. So with that in mind, please answer honestly and nothing but honestly. I don't have to agree. That's what makes this country a beautiful thing, right? That whole idea. It's not just supposed to be romanticized. We're supposed to walk the walk and talk the talk. So here's the question. Do you feel we're ever going to get to the place where we all recognize that the George Floyd case was a complete debauchery after all of the facts have in fact been released? Just like with COVID and everything we know now. But I'm not going to conflate the two. I simply ask, George Floyd, that case, and everything that we've learned and all the damage done, and whatever, if anybody is daring to say progress, do you feel America and or the mainstream will ever accept what really happened? Yes or no? 1 for yes, yes for yes, 2 for no, no for no. You choose, you pick. I'd love to know.
You have this kid here.
Hi there. Would you like to say hello?
Not to you guys, no.
Okay. Why is that?
Oh, you see that tough guy? That's supposed to be like the equivalent of Chop Security. It used to be called Chaz, now it's Chop. Thank you, Barb, by the way. Compliments. I mean, it's okay. If you give me too many, though, it's so sweet I might get a cavity. Oh, I overused that one.
Beef in the air that I'm unaware of. Do you think he knows of who you are?
I'm pretty sure he does. They don't like my style. They don't like the fact that I'm exposing them. And they feel as though they are vigilante security guards and that they're protecting this.
I'd say the consensus is there. And you know what? I bet if we were to amplify the question and the results reflected here, everybody would be on the same page as every one of you that just answered. Thank you. Thank you. At least somewhere in the random pockets of YouTube, I can find some clarity and consensus because I can't find it on the mainstream media. That's for damn sure.
BLM garden and this homeless encampment. How is this being allowed in a public park in a world-class city like Seattle? This is a takeover, Tyler. They got crab. They're eating crab. Is this?
Looks good.
Tyler, I'm never, ever really concerned about the homeless. It's always the activists. Clearly anti-cop, okay?
I want that on a t-shirt somewhere, especially if I was to go to some kind of rally, even though there'd be irony. It's not the homeless I'm concerned about. It's the activists. There was one line at some point in this where he goes, anytime I see somebody with purple hair or green hair, I get a little nervous.
It's a trans flag with a black star, and you have the entire trans movement now latching onto this as well. And they'll use this.
You see how these movements or fake movements co-opt one another so that they could give the illusion of like being stronger than they really are? They indoctrinate every individual that's really vulnerable and going through something with their identity or their political ideology. They co-opt them. They take them. They claim them as their own.
This language. Again, you and I are on indigenous land. This is a message to the white man that this belongs to Native Americans.
Oh, snap. Is that what Wolverine, he said crab? I could have swore it was crap. I really, really thought he said crap. Okay, that makes more sense, especially with it being so close to where it is right now. Oh, look, I didn't, looking at it, like the devil's in the details, right? Look in the back there. There's like an actual, what is that? Little baseball game with kids? Too far away to see, but So this is supposed to be like the bastion of look how great everything that we accomplished is. Huh. Well, you're going to see some interesting things very soon.
And there's caps on the ground here.
The homeless, the drug addicts. We're destroying the bathrooms, man. I mean, kids go in there to, use the bathroom, and they're...
Okay, like I said, there's a baseball field right in the background. Those, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to say, go out on a limb, those were kids. These are the public bathrooms, by the way, and it's going to get so much worse. And hilarious, but worse.
They're standing next to needles.
Oh, I love ads, even though I'm not monetized. Thanks.
There's human feces just smeared against the walls.
Happens everywhere.
Oh, someone's in there.
Okay, I love this moment. Okay, just randomly check this out again.
Homeless, the drug addicts. We're destroying the bathrooms, man. I mean, kids go in there to, use the bathroom, and they're standing next to needles and needle caps, and there's human feces just smeared against the walls.
Happens everywhere.
Oh, someone's in there.
Oh,
It happens everywhere.
got it. So
A disembodied voice. Oh, there's a dude allegedly taking a poop, but apparently these public bathrooms are only and solely used for doing fentanyl and other such harmful materials.
major city.
There's one place where it doesn't happen, then it's the place where they keep homeless out or they scam people for drugs.
Are you doing fentanyl in there?
What kind of question is that?
I'm asking if you're doing fentanyl in there because bathrooms are being used for drug use.
That's everywhere in the United States.
Is that a yes or no?
No.
Would you like to share your thoughts on what's going on here?
I just did. It happens everywhere. Just everywhere.
Who should
You have to do it. You can read the Bible, and what would Jesus do?
Did that just happen? Okay, look, I am not a religious man, a spiritual man to some degree, but when it comes to specific westernized religion, blah, 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 it just ain't my thing. But I never thought I'd hear a drug addict in a bathroom stall that's covered in feces, head to toe, on the wall, ceiling, doing fentanyl, saying, "What would Jesus do?" And by the way, the last thing you'd ever expect to happen is about to happen. Some real law enforcement's going to get involved.
What do you think he would do?
Why are you harassing people in the bathroom?
He actually...
He is harassing people in the bathroom. That is true.
I'm sorry, but did the person in the bathroom not overhear them and interject into the conversation himself? Now, emasculated chop chaz guy, whatever, walks up like, are you harassing people in the trap house, drug house? How dare you? Have you no decency? The man's trying to take a deuce and get his fix for the day. Leave him alone.
We were actually walking by, and then he said...
I said it's everywhere.
We have it all on camera.
These guys are just going to try and get a rise out of you.
I guess we're having like a camera standoff here. But ultimately, the consensus is a conversation is not negotiable here.
This far-left activist is now going to call his comrades and say, look out for you guys.
What is comrades? Is that a particular word choice for any given reason?
People are commies, so, I mean, that's the language they use as well, so.
Okay. So typically speaking, who dislikes you in Seattle?
People with green hair and pink hair and purple hair, calling me transphobic, saying I'm anti-LGBT.
I kind of hate, and maybe some part of me, I don't know how I feel about this, but I'm just going to say it out aloud. I would love to get Bernie Sanders, my old-time hero that I fought for so hard and really put a lot of, investment into financially and emotionally, psychologically. I'd love him to look at all of this and just ask, is this what you meant by democratic socialism? And what are you doing about it? That's what I'd ask my once upon a time hero. I can't ever just hate the guy. He, to me, is a sellout. Some of me justifies it because of his age, but I can't ever just say he had a strong impact on me. And that's where I'll leave it.
LGBTQ, saying I hate the homeless. Every agenda that they want to champion, they consider me the enemy. I'm not going to let some soy boy tell me where I can record and where I can walk. Are you kidding me? And the funny part is I'm in support of the LGBTQ community. Oh, here we go.
Say, here we go. Did you see someone? Anytime there's somebody who has green or purple hair, I get a little nervous, but
It was like yesterday, man, where you had protesters, literally up against the faces of police officers as they formed a human wall trying to protect the East Precinct. But we all know the story. City leaders allowed the activists to take over this entire city block, and it was just chaos.
But for better context from the inside of the protests, let's say goodbye to Jonathan for now and say hello to Mark Anthony.
Has anybody here ever heard of the French Revolution before? Does anybody here know what happened to the people who did not get on board with the French Revolution? Say it louder. Say it louder.
All right, I'm in uncharted territory, so I'm a little fascinated. Bear with me, if you will.
It's not a party, and we have a mission to
And thank you so very much for doing so.
accomplish.
So I met up with Mark to try and understand what actually happened during the protests.
CHOP officially started in 2020 on, I would say it was June 8th. It all started with the death of George Floyd. Saw the injustice of a man dying from having a knee in his neck while being subdued by two police officers, while others were trying to help him and other police officers were holding them back. Me, myself, I've always been passionate about social injustice and civil rights issues. And so that was my wake-up call to come out and be a part of it. It started here. Really, this was the intersection. People were coming here on a daily basis and we were protesting. And so basically we had, just face off, just protesting, very peaceful. And then that would go on all day and it would go on into the night. And during the night, it would get more aggressive. Level of aggression that the police operated with in response to a few bad players is what led to more and more people showing up. And at this point, the National Guard had been called in. It's not just police we're facing off now with. They were using tear gas on us every night or pepper spray or whatever it is, but essentially it's a chemical weapon. I tried multiple times to have officers come and speak to us, let us know how they felt about the situation, show us that you understand what we saw, the rest of the world saw was wrong, and let us know that you're not with them.
After days of protesters clashing with police, on June 7th, a man drove his car towards a crowd near 11th and Pine and shot a protester who tried to stop him. Chaos ensued, leading the mayor to order the barriers to be moved, and the police evacuated the precinct the next day, boarding it up on their way out. As protesters occupied Capitol Hill with little to no opposition, Chaz was born.
When the police first abandoned this building, I came that morning.
So, okay, wait. I'm just going to propose an interesting thought, okay? Please, in no way, take this as a fact. It's pure speculation. I remember when that guy went through the group of people. I didn't know that he actually pew-pewed anybody. It's kind of insane to me, and maybe it's fair enough that that's the straw that broke the camel's back. That was a severe act of violence. And then after that, look what happened. That was the last act. The police leave and everybody involved in the activism, the protesting, got, quote unquote, what they wanted. Is there any realm of possibility? And I'm sure this could be debunked, discredited, and laugh away. I'm guilty of only thinking out loud without, checking for myself in real time. Is there any chance that individual maybe knew or was a part of it and just knew it would take some kind of act of force to get the other side to budge? I'm only proposing the thought. I have heard that individual is a right-wing individual, and he was just sick and tired of the protests, and he just took it upon himself to be a vigilante. But with this newfound thought, something perhaps I'll look into. That's all.
Expecting the protest, and I showed up and I was confused like everybody else. I believe the cops left because they realized that the tactics that they were using to, in their mind, de-escalate the situation was making it way worse. They had no right to abandon the people that live in this area, the people that were living here at the time.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is that not what the goal was? So, okay, we're hearing from the individual who gave the namesake, Chop. Now I'm starting, it's getting obscured as to what he wanted the end game to be. I thought defund the police and get the police out of here. We want our own land was the goal. So what got mixed up here? Did the stupid majority take over? or did the bad eggs and loudest minority take over? And what happened to this leader?
Time couldn't get adequate medical services.
Do you think the cops should have stayed here?
If I was in charge of the police, I would not have had them abandon that building.
So how do you guys then organize and decide we're going to make CHOP or Chaz?
That morning, there were still thousands of people that showed up to protest because we didn't know the cops were gone. A lot of people showed up, and now we didn't have the same direction of let's go and direct our frustration at the police. Instead, we're just there by ourselves. And so we decided, instead of just being here and being negative, we're going to actually make this a positive space. We don't know when the cops are coming back, but right now we know that we have this space.
So real quick, what do we think this is? What happened here? An overdose? Yeah. Is it fentanyl related? I have no idea. Okay. Overdose.
I think that, no, I would say that would normally be a HIPAA violation, but it's no man's land over here. I was going to add something else, a little anecdote, but tell the tape continue.
Can't say I'm surprised.
Yeah.
There's a lot of drugs in this area. At the time when this was going down, there were a few of us who have been protesting from before.
Oh, yeah, what I wanted to add, YouTube's going to love that still image. There is so many people that traveled to this Chop Chaz location that didn't live there and did not represent. I remember videos at the time of this actually happening of people that lived there in Seattle begging, screaming for the activists to get the hell out. Now I'm wondering a little even deeper, but I'm not pointing to any like real nefarious intent with a true end game involved, because I just don't know what that is. But anyway, let me get this image off.
The area was an Occupy zone. Myself, Raz Simone, a few others. So people at this point were recognizing us as some of the leaders. I gathered a group of people. I said, all right, we got to come up with some new names. And somebody said, well, what about Capitol Hill Occupy protests? CHOP.
Misconception might be that you guys show up here, we're going to start our own society or civilization, and then they see you guys asking for materials. In reality, it's a protest.
It was a protest.
Okay.
Yeah, this is actually the vice president of my nonprofit. Tracy was here every day with me at CHOP as well.
How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
So we went back to the BLM garden in Cal Anderson Park to understand how the protesters used homeless people to achieve their goals.
So here we have members from the homeless community and people that are here to help them. So we actually invited the homeless to CHOP. And the reason that we invited them is because, as I mentioned, we wanted to defend that police precinct. But we knew people are just going to wait until people are gone in the middle of the night, and then they're going to try to break in and damage the building. The best way to make sure that we could get people to stay here regularly was to invite the homeless in. Because I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to come and sleep on the concrete for 30 days, in a row.
And it's clearly succeeded, right?
And so, yeah, we said, you know what, if you guys want to support this movement, we will help support you. And so we regularly had food out here for the homeless. We were giving away clothes for the homeless.
Were any of you guys here during CHOP? It's public property. We're just asking a question. We don't have to talk.
That's okay. What disappoints me is there's not a lot of dialogue of ideologies. So we just had the individual that was a leader at the time and the BLM movement just saying, let's get all the homeless people. And so the homeless people show up and everybody camps down. And I find it so ironic that they called it Capitol Hill occupation when literally, the other Capitol Hill occupation, that didn't go over so well. But let's just name something with the same namesake. And now, like, these people here taking advantage of whatever, do they even care about the cause, or is it a free ride? My confusion grows the more I learn, which is good because that inspires me to learn more.
Well, we're just talking about CHOP. Yeah, we're just taking a look at the garden that was formed here. But we see it's a camp.
We're trying to tear down the garden, and that's why we're here.
Oh, so you guys are here to prevent the garden being taken down?
Yeah, they're trying to take this whole area out and put in a pickleball court.
These people are not trustworthy. They're not trustworthy.
Why is that? Can you explain why we're not trustworthy?
Please don't film me. I don't consent to be filmed.
Well, can you elaborate?
I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to elaborate. Please.
Is that dude wearing like a jammy jam dress?
So why is he frustrated at us trying to look at the garden?
They think you guys are untrustworthy, that you're going to go probably, you might be right wing or something, and you might be publicizing this in a way that might slander us.
Got it. Yet despite the strong mistrust, this homeless guy who was here during CHOP came over to talk to me. You were here during CHOP?
We're here for all of CHOP.
Is there a division and conflict within CHOP from the get-go?
No, it was peaceful. It was unity, and then it went to hell.
And how many people died here while it did last?
Yeah, 2.
Who shot who and why?
I don't want to get into that.
Okay. Did you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you think that was the nail in the coffin of CHOP and what it represented at the time? Or?
I think so.
We've got one person killed, potentially others injured. We don't know. We don't know what the incident was. But the Seattle Police Department cannot go in and has not confirmed.
That is correct.
How can that stand in America?
You guys are that afraid? There's no way. There's no way. He's dying. He needs your help. This is your job.
I want to make sure that we have not been cleared to move into.
You are clear. We're getting.
No living being should ever eat processed food for every single meal of their life.
Sorry, I'm getting a certain level of frustration here. I see the demand for what would I call this? Societal government aid, like the kind of aid that a taxpayer can expect and demand, and talk to someone like this, a paramedic, but they're in no man's land here. To make these demands and expect you can't have both ways. Either get the cake, you know the saying, can't have cake and eat it too. It's one or the other, dude. The confusion is so obvious here.
Clear. We will make sure you're clear. If he dies, it's on you guys. You could have saved his life. You could have, but you're not, because it's a black life.
And look at this video. Oh my God, he just made it about race. That's where the media is gonna just Super Bowl that son of a bitch.
From live stream cameras just before 3 a.m., more than a dozen shots are heard. Video that captures what sounds like more than a dozen gunshots. And then at 2:59, at the very top of your screen, you can see that white Jeep plow into the cement barricades.
And it is abundantly clear to our detectives people had been in and out of the car after the shooting. Detectives are trying to get information from witnesses, but as has been the case in other crime scenes up in this area, people are not being cooperative with our request for help.
They tried to offer aid. They were offering aid for about 25 minutes. We were calling police, telling them, come in, you guys are safe, we're right here. It's very easy to access, but we need to get this man to a hospital. And for 25 minutes, I watched that man bleed out on the table. And man, it was actually one of the ugliest things I've ever seen, not just because I had to witness somebody die, but because I also had to witness how the people around were reacting to watching this young man die. A lot of people were just concerned about getting the video on their social media and recording it. Okay. It was incredibly frustrating.
So you watched this young man die in front of your eyes?
Yes.
Right there?
Yeah.
But this was our medic station. There was a lot of things that was going on within CHOP. I was almost assaulted in CHOP as well, and I called the police and they never showed up.
Can you explain the relationship between the police and the protesters at the time? And was one of the goals of CHOP to cut the police funding in half?
Separate group.
Separate group?
That was a separate group because, again, like I said, there was two sets of protesters. There was the protesters who wanted to defund the police, and there was the protesters like myself who wanted to keep the police, but maybe hold them accountable. My question has always been, why did the police evacuate their building?
Seattle PD.
Yeah.
Maybe I can ask him.
I'm left with, I'm so grateful that this woman just articulated the truth, her truth. So she was a large part of CHOP that did want police involvement, just more dialogue, more interaction. She didn't want just lawlessness, chaos, and tragedy. So what the hell did happen? So the police just left. Was it just that moment when that man, the alleged right-wing hysterical individual, plowed into protesters, used a weapon? Was that the actual straw that broke the camel's back, or was that the excuse?
Were you here during CHOP by chance? Do you have any thoughts on it? No?
They don't want to talk. They don't want to talk because they abandoned their motherfucking police station. Excuse my language.
As we walked to the police precinct that was abandoned by the police, leading to the formation of CHOP, Mark began to share why he thinks the government's current stance on drugs and harm reduction is racist. Why has it become a white supremacy thing?
because a lot of it is geared towards the white community. Now look at the 90s during the crack epidemic.
Crack cocaine. The problem is crack cocaine.
They were en masse beating black people, throwing them in jail, locking them up for as long as they could. And now we see, let's decriminalize it. Let's give them safe injection sites. Make sure that they get free housing. Look at how the response was different from white to black. They have reversed their stance when it's white people that are the ones that are overdosing, doing the crime and drugs. Now all of a sudden we need to decriminalize this.
So you're saying if these were predominantly black people using these same drugs, the stance would be different?
Exactly. I'm saying that's what it is in general. When white people are going through something, the government will step in and help them. Oh, the farmers are...
Let me read what factoid they're throwing up. The typical fentanyl OD victim was 32, 6.7 years of age, range 19 to 57 years old, male 78% compared with 22% female, and Caucasian 50% compared with 29% Hispanic, 20% Black, and 0.9% Asian. 0.9. Hey, you almost got the real hermaphrodites in there, LGBTQIA. Sorry, that was not tactful. Just saying. That's the same rate with the gender to the sexes. Okay, anyway. So it's racist, and they're talking about decriminalization is a product of racism. That's what he is proposing. All right, I'm going to think on it. Curious as to any thoughts on this.
Or having crop spelling, oh, you're going to get all kind of grants and this and that.
Do you think the United States is one of the most racist nations out there?
I think that they were victimized in the past and they are still being victimized now.
Activism seemed to be within the DNA of Seattle, and I saw a Free Palestine rally in downtown Seattle that same day. From your perspective, do you see any parallels to what we discussed in SHOP and this?
Yeah, once again, I see it as a genocide. I see it as people of a different ethnicity, of a different skin tone than the European descent that is the majority and dominant race.
And for the last 6 weeks, they've been launching a genocide against completely innocent women and children. The average age of the fatalities in Gaza is 5 years old.
And all I'm saying is, Israel, it has a right to exist. Imagine if you're an American and we had people from another country come over and rape, murder, and torture 1,200 people here. Palestinians were offered a country.
Okay.
3 times offered, 3 times.
Whoa!
Getting a little closer to home and my blood than I expected.
Okay.
I'm just saying, educate yourself about the real history.
So,
Men, grandmothers.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, if you're trying to negotiate with an organization that believes in your total annihilation, how do you negotiate with them?
Any points of education someone watching might be able to learn from?
Don't trust the police.
Okay.
I mean, I swear to God, I got locked up once in there. They've done the worst that they can to me, so.
What do you mean?
I mean, I got put in jail for jaywalking, but I did a year.
Did you do anything else? That seems pretty atypical, right?
Right.
Point of proof. Shall I jaywalk? A few cops are there. I'm just curious. Okay, we're trying to prove a point. She got arrested for jaywalking. Do you have any thoughts on the cops out here?
Honestly, just understand why we're here. We're here to support something that really matters. This jaywalking stuff is just real stupid.
Do you think a long-term ceasefire is viable? Do you think that will happen?
I think it's possible on the basis of working people around the world and in the region getting organized together to fight for that.
Oh, okay. I see a comment that I just want to plaster. Thank you. I mean, you got some of my favorite people in here right now. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you very much. We're going to let that sit right there and stir.
I'm a socialist, so I think we need a socialist solution.
Start getting information!
Try to come together for creative and positive.
I noticed you had the decriminalized poverty beanie. Would you like to share what that means?
Criminalize the homeless.
And as the protests marched on, I struck up conversation with this homeless guy who began to tell me what was really going on out here on the streets.
Oh my God, the drugs are a pandemic.
Yeah.
They need to have a better solution other than the DES buildings that they're trying to force low-income or disabled people to move into. Because it's like putting everyone who has an addiction or a problem, the same problem, in one building. It's like a project.
Would you like to share anything too?
Absolutely.
How is it living on the streets out here in Seattle?
It's rough. It's hard. And being trafficked against my will.
Right now, do you need help? Is there anyone we could?
There's not.
So right now you're being sex trafficked. What do you mean?
We're not allowed to speak on it. We're not allowed to talk about it. I have thankfully gotten out of this part of it.
Okay, so you're good right now.
Only
Okay, like no, I don't know. Do we just take her at face value here? I know that these terrible things happen, but why would this individual feel like I'm not allowed to talk about it? Like the face is blurred. You can modulate your voice. I'm sure that this of all individuals, this guy's got over almost 6 million subscribers. If you really wanted to tell your story, you could. So I'm just gonna, just a little seed of doubt.
only because I haven't been found. They basically let you live your day-to-day life, and in the process, you literally have to, because they won't allow you to have your identification, won't allow you to get a job, you have no choice but to sell yourself.
Do you feel inhuman out here?
I do.
Yeah.
I feel very shunned and very casted away because they make me feel like a monster out here. I think that somebody needs to start a nonprofit for the traded.
Actually, do you know someone who has a program for that, if you're interested?
Really?
Her name's Annie Lobert, and anywhere across the country, she says she'll get you into a safe house. That's something you're interested in. She may not answer, but let me give her a call. What's wrong?
I have nightmares every night.
Yeah.
I have to literally have fentanyl to be able to go to sleep, because if I don't, I wake up with night terrors. I'm literally losing my mind out here, and I appreciate it.
Of course.
I'll look into it.
Okay.
Thank you.
She just turned it down. I don't want to. I can't judge. I've been the addict. I've been there a lifetime, 14 years. I don't know. I've lost track. And in some ways, but given an opportunity that she was just given right then and there, she turned it down. And that person that he has contact with could have changed this woman's life at the drop of a dime. That was such an opportunity. That was a blessing, and she turned it down. You can't help those that are not willing to help themselves.
All right, stay safe. Bye. Only a block away, I stumbled upon the Black Hebrew Israelites preaching on the streets.
Oh, I don't know if I can do this. Okay, all right, give me a second, guys. I'll be very candid with anybody watching now or later. The Black Israelites say some of the most triggering, deplorable, grotesque, violent things about all people, except their own. Here we go.
Hey, what's going on here?
We're out here to actually teach our people who they truly are.
And who are your people? Representing black people?
Israelites, God's chosen people. God said that he created his chosen people, the Israelites, which will be the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans of today, to be above all other nations of people that are upon the face of the earth. What did the Most High God say about the other people? They are nothing, but be like unto spittle, but be like unto spit, right? That's how the Most High God feels about them, right?
Well, do I qualify as a spit?
When you actually read the Bible, you find out that the Most High God does not actually love everybody. He only loves his chosen people. Yes.
Okay, so from your perspective, God is in support of whatever may happen in Gaza? Is that kind of what's going on?
Yes, God is.
Sorry. This stuff, I've listened a lot. Not to this particular individual. But Black Israelites, if you're not aware, they're all over the place. They post up notoriously in a spot in New York. There was a lot of stuff regarding this group. I believe they're a hate group, nothing more, nothing less. But they're allowed to, hey, the First Amendment.
Support of war. Okay. But I got to answer your question through the Bible.
So God is anti-peace, pro-war.
That's right.
Interesting, okay.
Yeah, he's not about peace. The Lord is a man of war. Even all the way back in the Bible days, he's always about war. He's about an eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, and revenge.
All right, top enemies of God from God's perspective, as you've interpreted the Bible. Okay, Caucasians.
Yep.
Chinese. Japanese.
Arabs.
Arabs, and then modern day Jews.
And then the modern day Jewish man. He created them to be destroyed, right? So
Wait, I was created to be destroyed?
yes, because that's why the Most High God says
That's we. As someone who may not agree with your religious beliefs, should I have any incentive or interest in doing so if my whole means of existence is just to die and to be destruction?
that's a very good question. Yes, you should take interest.
Should I just kill myself at this point?
I'm going to show you what you're going to have to do to get mercy in the Lord's kingdom. Any of the other nations that are not blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans, who are God's chosen people, if these other nations want to have mercy in the Most High God's kingdom, the entire nation has to repent for what they've done.
Wait, hold on. What? Sorry for what? What did I do?
Well, you're walking on stolen ground. Right?
What?
Didn't this land, before it was renamed Seattle, wasn't it called Duwamish?
What did I do?
Your nation of people, right, enslaved, right, the Native Americans and the Hispanics here in America. And the Most High God judges as a nation. But America as a whole is prophesied to be destroyed with international continental ballistic missiles.
That's right. IBM?
Unless they show, right, that they are sorry for what their forefathers have done, right, to our people, that you will bow down with both knees with your face towards the earth. Are you?
It's not going to happen, no.
I've seen examples of people doing just that, by the way. I have no interest in trying to dredge that up. If you haven't seen it, count yourself lucky. They do this on college campuses, by the way. We're talking about somebody's children, somebody young, impressionable, that wants to do right and feel like they're doing something, of substance, and they want to atone because of all the things that they've been taught because of their blood, nothing more than their lineage and heritage, that they are inherently evil. And so, yes, I've seen countless bits of footage. Josh and I played it on Stuck in the Middle, where college kids and high school kids were picking up trash that was thrown immediately onto the ground, would return it to the trash can, and the black Israelites would just throw it back down to the ground and make them crawl and pick it up. This is the kind of shit that there's nothing peaceful about this, and I'm not going to even sugarcoat it. This is horse shit. These are evil people.
What did I do? Let's slow down here a little bit.
God is racist, right? God is racist. Well, that was one of the first verses that we brought up when you came up, was Deuteronomy 7:6, that he chose the Israelites to be above all nations that are upon the face of the earth. Isn't that racist?
So you are racist?
Yeah, is it wrong? Let me say this. There's nothing wrong with being racist. God is racist. Racist means that you're just for your people. White privilege. That's right.
Okay, so I'm a beneficiary of white privilege?
That's right. Right.
After hearing you guys out, I've decided that I'll get on my knees.
Oh, praise the Lord.
Psych! I do anything! I'm innocent! I'm out of here! I'm innocent! Hey, you were nodding your head. You're converted. Yeah.
You can hear from their teaching why people could identify them as a hate group.
Yeah. And he's having some sort of reaction to drugs. What do you think that is?
I think that's a product of this living on the streets, man. Every
Do you
day,
think he's overdosing on something?
like this. I don't think he's overdosing. I think he's experiencing what he's experiencing.
With the family pushing their baby carriage right through it.
Right past
I have a question for you, sir. What are your thoughts on that? You're walking with your family, you see something like that. Is that a concern of yours as a Seattleite?
It is, absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you tired of seeing things like that?
I mean, I should hope that it's a solvable problem by now with all of the tax money that we're paying. But unfortunately, we see different variations of that.
Okay.
Constantly.
Normally, they're members of the homeless.
Any of the taxpayers that have lasted throughout this chaos, man, this is the second time I brought up reparations. Like, people that are paying taxes that have to walk through this filth with their families. Come on, government. Show us you can do something.
Community, people that are outcasts from society.
What do you guys think?
Hold on, I just want to see if this guy is like ODing, and then I'm gonna wrap it.
About what's going on here.
Hey, pal.
Seattle.
Let's
do it.
Thank you. Wake up, pal. Anybody have Narcan?
Anyone have Narcan?
Anybody have Narcan? Wake up, pal.
Anyone have Narcan? Potential overdose. We got Narcan out here. We have an ambulance en route. Yeah, he's back. Okay, he's out. Probably broke his nose, it looks like. Actually, quite quickly, to give Seattle PD some credit here, that was a 3-minute, 53-second response. EMT's on site.
It's drug related, and he doesn't want medical attention.
Why Why is that?
That's what he doesn't want.
Is he of the mental capacity, given his current state, to even make that assertion?
The only time that we would do anything against it.
What do we have for sale today?
$60. $60 for the whole set? That's a DJ set, man.
You boost?
No boost.
No boost?
It's all boosted.
You guys are giving free fentanyl?
Yeah, you want one?
This is real?
Who wants free fentanyl? Line up.
Can't make this stuff up. I mean, he has a bag of.
Line up.
Wait. Why are you doing this? This is really a chaotic evil force at play here. I've never seen anything like this.
Back to the community. Line up.
I don't know about this. You're gonna kill someone.
Look, here, come on.
Guys, no.
Get in line. No, go tell everybody get in line.
You guys are gonna, why are you giving this? You're gonna overdose someone.
Because this is how you clean up the streets. You give it away for free. Yes.
You're giving away free fentanyl for what reason?
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. And the government will pay for it all. At certified introverts. Good. There you go. Well, what's in the blue?
Wait, what is the objective here? It was complete chaos out here, and I had no clue what was going on.
Are you selling any of this stuff too?
Was it boosted?
I don't know. I got it from some people, so some might be boosted. But
You can easily jump on one of these King County Metro buses and then go to Target, boost, and come right back and set up shop. This is an easy transportation corridor.
Are you doing anything about fentanyl?
Yeah, we are.
I think it's a pandemic for sure. I think it's done on purpose. I know I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but
You think China's trying to destabilize the United States?
I don't know. But what I do believe is if we can fight a war, why can't we fight fentanyl? That's crazy.
Sure.
It's being done on purpose. I've had 2 people die on me, friends, and I've saved one person's life right there in that alley. So.
Okay. After talking to this lady, my spidey senses went off, so we decided to book it right as this guy began to follow us. You guys following us right now?
Don't worry about it. We're good.
All right.
Just trust me on this one.
Okay.
If I say we're good, we're good. I know this dude, man. I've seen him a long time. Where you been, man?
Hey, Jonathan. Stick.
What's up? Who's coming at me?
Let's go.
Tyler got my back. But
You got whacked.
this is my life, man. You need to join me out here more often. This is what I'm talking about.
This guy's still following us, by the way.
Don't worry about him. I mean,
That dude was there during the daytime, which is like this took all day. All this filming, this is compiled into just less than an hour. We saw that guy in the morning following them. He's still there. And now the conspiracy thing that they just discussed, my mind, my synapses are firing all over the place. I've really tried to dumb down like me wanting to connect dots so often, but I mean, think about some of the things that you hear, right? I mean, destabilize our country. What a better way to do it from the inside. And I'm going through a lot of emotions too. The Black Israelites and like my heart's pounding a little bit. I'll be honest. Okay, I'll compose myself. Apologies. Good to see you. By the way, I think I saw somebody that's I have great respect for. Twisted 10. Welcome, dude. This is Seattle, and this is 1 month ago, and it's still happening. Still happening.
no idea what he's gonna do. 2 guys claiming to be part of a nonprofit, giving away fentanyl pills, also known as blues.
Right.
This
In good clothing, by the way. They didn't look like your usual homeless that have been all over the place throughout this entire video. They looked very well kempt. They looked like they've recently been washed and got just some great clothes on. The opposite of homeless. They show up in the middle of the street and just start giving one of the most deadliest chemicals known to man. A simple touch can end you, and they're just giving it away. I'm beside myself. Truth being stranger than fiction. I will now change that motto to truth is always far more terrifying than fiction.
city's out of control.
Right as we thought we'd escape the scene with our lives, I heard this. How you guys doing? So you guys mind sharing a little more real quick?
A little more about what?
What your angle is and what you guys are up to?
Violence?
Look at this vehicle. Look at this vehicle. These are the well-kempt, well-dressed. They can talk pretty well too. So educated individuals walking into one of the few cities that you possibly can, and fill it up with extremely harmful chemicals.
Or fentanyl. Gun violence?
Everything.
I support all of it. So let's kill everything with a smile.
Got it. So you want them to die while high? Yes. So are we getting trolled here?
I have no idea.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yo, this is some of the darkest stuff I've ever. I mean, maybe not the. Okay, no, that was some of the things you don't expect to hear out loud, man, and that's an honest conclusion. But so, who does anybody fund individuals that go out and do this, and who's behind it, or are these just some like affluent individuals that are trying to slowly destroy the world? Like, what is the explanation now? I am so confused.
Fentanyl pills, also known as blues. Right. This city is out of control.
Right as we thought we'd escape the scene with our lives, I heard this. How you guys doing? Do you guys mind sharing a little more real quick?
A little more about what?
What your angle is and what you guys are up to?
Violence or fentanyl? Gun violence?
Everything.
I support all of it. So let's kill everything with a smile.
Got it. So you want them to die while high?
Yes.
So are we getting trolled here?
I have no idea.
Okay.
What's going on here? You guys will see it. This is an American tragedy, man. So you got cop cars. They don't come out. That's the problem.
Hey, question. I even tried to wave them down. I could be bleeding out, right?
Yeah, I don't know why they're not stopping.
Okay, what is this?
I literally picked this up on the ground. This is what you call
harm reduction. Sure.
These supplies are fueling this drug epidemic on the streets. This is taxpayer dollars. You have needles, you have fentanyl test strips. All we're doing is enabling this because we don't want you to OD. We don't want you to die. The whole Bible
Do you
says
think you guys are self-moderating?
Absolutely.
Okay. Have you seen people overdose out here and die?
No.
You've not seen a single person?
I've seen people be accused of overdosing, but they're still breathing.
Do you think people are dying due to fentanyl out here?
Calling the January 6th.
I'm just man. Okay, hold on.
Investigation.
I got some final words. Let me see where this ends up here.
Not at all.
Ma'am, we just want to make sure you don't die on the streets.
Exactly.
I think we're in agreement, though. We'll get out of your hair, though. She's nodding out.
Ma'am, are you okay? Okay, I just want to make sure.
Sure, I get it.
You got to check.
All right, full transparency. I am personally triggered because I have been like that. I have looked like that at a nice Japanese restaurant when I was 19 or 20. I face planted into my miso soup. I would do that having dinner with my amazing parents. I'm so glad that that's behind me. And now there's new generations that they're being put up to this, encouraged under the guise of this being some form of greater good, like this is the way to go about it, and then taxpayer funded packets or packages to make sure it continues. Nobody wants to be what that stuff makes you. Nobody.
We're gonna go through the alley.
Guy's about to pass out in the alley right now.
Yeah, he's tweaking. That's what you call tweaking.
It looks like Gotham with the smoke coming down. And McDonald's right here. How is it working at McDonald's out here? Is it worth it?
It's okay.
Okay. Ain't no way you could be getting paid enough to work at McDonald's right here in this. Look at this.
The nickname of it.
Oh, there's how much they got paid was at the bottom there.
It's okay.
Okay. Ain't no.
Hold on. Because I think I just saw like 1849.
Sure, I get it.
You got to check. We were going to go through the alley.
Guy's about to pass out in the alley right now.
Okay,
Yeah, he's tweaking.
Come on.
That's what you call tweaking.
It looks like Gotham with the smoke coming down. And McDonald's right here.
All right, let me see.
How is it working at McDonald's out here? Is it worth it?
It's okay.
Okay. Ain't no way you could be.
Minimum wage in Seattle, $18.69. McDonald's. If that's the cost for everything happening around this place, man, nah.
Getting paid enough to work at McDonald's right here in this. Look at this.
The nickname of this McDonald's is?
No.
It's called McStabbies for a reason. This is, I mean, look at this right here, right next to the McDonald's.
Question for you, ma'am. How is it working security out here on this particular stretch? What's up? Why do you chuckle, miss?
Because it's very bad here.
It's bad, right? How do you have the cojones to do this on a daily basis? You're ballsy.
I just want them to leave our city. That's all.
Yeah.
That location, that was Starbucks.
Got it.
Okay? They're now closed. You've got the Amazon Go store closed because you can't do business in the downtown core when there's so much crime and open air drug use. Mental illness, man. The guy's just talking to himself. Pooping. He's taking a piss.
Wait, you're taking a poop?
You taking a pee? Sure.
Wait, you're about to take a dump?
He's gonna take a piss. He almost had his pants down, man. Then he saw us and he lifted it back up.
Let's just keep going. Let's make haste. That guy's giving us mega bad looks. You feel safe here, ma'am?
Why are you asking me?
Because it feels extremely unsafe out here, and I've seen multiple people overdose. And
No, it sucks out here.
Yeah.
I'm tired of it.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing something about it, and I haven't seen any visible action.
Okay.
Sick of it. I would like the city to actually.
Oh, Democrat.
I believe we voted for a no public use.
Sure.
I think.
The state law makes public drug use and possession a gross misdemeanor, allowing city attorneys to prosecute the drug charges. September 19th, 2023. Nothing happened.
That passed.
Do you have kids or grandkids?
No.
Okay. If you had kids or grandkids, would you raise them here in Seattle?
No.
Question, ma'am. Security. Have you ever been in a dangerous encounter out here?
Not necessarily this area, but where I work in Capitol Hill, like more
Okay.
on 13th.
Have you seen any overdoses or deaths on the streets?
Of course.
What are your thoughts on everything going on here?
People need help. People
Yeah.
need support. Like I'm going through a crazy situation. I have kids, and I'm homeless on these streets, and I can't find anybody to help me.
Oh, you're homeless as well.
Yeah.
And you're working too.
Oh, I work 3 jobs. Yeah, and I have 3 teenagers and a 1-year-old. We get kicked out of everywhere because the age difference of my kids and the baby. Yeah, and my grandbaby. You know what I mean? So it's like I understand how hard it is to get anything in this state.
And are you clean?
Yes, we're staying in a motel right now.
Yeah. Hopefully this gives you another night or something. But of course. Yeah. No, you're one of the few people we've met today that said they've been clean and they're working multiple jobs and you have a family.
And we got kicked out on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I think people like you are the ones who need to be prioritized.
Good to meet you. Bye-bye. Yeah. See you. We have police right here. Let's see if I can say hi real quick, actually. Hey there. Question for you, sir. Seattle PD on top.
So I wanted to ask you what your penchant for risk is.
I can't get angry at the officers that I see in this environment because, I mean, look at where they're at, right? What more should I be expecting?
At this point, there's a ridiculous situation where I've been attacked with a knife.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to go there, but it's driving distance.
I'm down.
You're down. I mean, it's really a messed up situation. Right across the street from Seattle City Hall.
But as we drove to the location, we saw someone getting arrested in real time. I would guess we have an overdose in front of us. Cops, EMT, ambulance, fire truck? Crime scene, maybe? Is that blood on the wall? Hold on. And of course, Jonathan was already on the scene.
That's what I was calling you, bro. This man was allegedly starting a fire in the alleyway. So
what happened, officers?
Don't do nothing to me. Man, don't do nothing. I ain't crazy. I'm done. Oh, my mama, I don't care about jail. Y'all can take me to prison. I swear to God, y'all can take me to prison.
What did you do?
That's what I'm saying.
well, it appears that he lit his jacket. He says maybe trying to stay warm here.
I'm insane.
Whoa.
I actually know the guy. He recognized me. Keep saying I'm the Asian guy because he knows I go out here and cover the city. But look, I mean, look at all the drug paraphernalia. I mean, you have fentanyl foil. You've got the meth.
How long do you think the tenure of an officer here in Seattle is? How can you do this every day?
PTSD, not only dealing with this insanity on the streets, they have to deal with the far left activists, the cop haters, you know, people even on the city council who hate police officers, trying to defund officers.
Yeah.
I mean, I commend all our officers on the streets of Seattle right now who come out here to deal with all these cases.
But in a culture where hating cops is cool, I won't be surprised if kids eventually stop wanting to be cops when they grow up and want to be, I don't know, YouTubers, if Chop has taught us anything, it's that the same people who want to abolish the police are the first to ask where they are when the safety of them or their loved ones are jeopardized.
He's dying. He needs your help. This is your job.
The laws, the police that enforce those laws, and the people that respect the authority of an almost kind of sort of democratically elected government that we have is the only thing protecting our fragile civilization from falling apart.
You can check me out at Choeshow, at CHOESHOW, either on X or YouTube.
So our nonprofit is called the Chop Art Nonprofit. Our focus is providing a platform for artists from underprivileged communities.
Check them out, link in description, and thanks for watching. Also, whoever has the most viewed TikTok or YouTube short using
All right, that's enough of that. I want to just copy this so I can have it for my updated description. I gotta say, to be honest, I'm feeling a little bit down like that. Some of the stuff that we let into our hearts when we, embark on educating ourselves can sometimes have an adverse effect. And I'm not depressed. I've made it a point in my life since I stopped drinking. Today is, I can check my app and actually give you the exact day of sobriety for me. It is, and I've been utilizing this and getting in touch with other people. It's been very helpful. I'm on day 56 of no alcohol. So I have been very mindful of what I take in. So just with that being said, I want to say the next live that is done from this channel that I have anything to do with is going to be a massive, massive change up from this. Now, with everything being said, though, I still realize, my friends, that I've yet to do one thing. I set out to do the collaborations with CFOWs. We've done that, and we've done it here, done it there. The next thing that I have promised to do that I have not yet done is the open panel. Maxwell, White Dragon, I would love to see you guys there. Bass Girl, you're always welcome. You know this. Twisted 10, I'm just glad to see you, man. I hope Mr. PBR is doing well. I grew out of having any stupid concerns about who and what I talk about on my channel. And oh, how liberating it is. Had some very interesting conversation with CFALs yesterday about Upchurch trying to go after McDonald and how hilarious it is. So, yeah, wow, man. I've been kind of shell-shocked and rocked with that. Just, I don't know what more to say, except I'm going to do something that's healthy, distracting, might even though it's late, it is a bit too late to take the bicycle out. I just want to say to all of you, for forever and a day, thank you for showing me that things I have to say, things that I'm interested in, things I want to educate myself on, all seem to have some interest with you, for you. I'm thankful to CFALs for just allowing he and I to get as close as we've become in little time, even though we've known each other for a year. I truly see that man as, and I know he's heard this a lot from other people, and I don't mean it like the fakers, but he's like a brother to me, truly. I'm going to look out for that cat, and I know he's got my six too, and I think we can do some great things, and I'm looking forward to that. It's going to take time. All good things do take time. Nothing obtained quickly is ever held in high regard. There was a quote I was going for there, but you get the point. We don't want to rush anything. So everybody, CFALs, Twisted, Wolverine, Shabbat Shalom, my brother. Bass Girl, we love you. Barbe, I'm never going to get that right. Maxwell, and every name I probably said doubly over twice and then some. Just a massive thank you. And White Dragon, of course. And LNC Pickle. Y'all take care. Oh, and I will be checking out Bon Bon. And remember, please send me any suggestions that you'd like to see discussed, covered, or whatever it is. This is your ship, and we're all in it together. Let's see to it that we take good care of it and one another. Good night, guys, and thank you.